Okay, let's do this again. Here we are at the front entry. Wood flooring, as you can see. That's beautiful. And then we've got the light fixture up here. And then we've got the closet that's got the beveled glass in it. I don't know if there, I can give you a look at it there. And then the wood flooring. And there's some kind of a chase here in this closet. And I'm not certain what that's for. But it's hollow inside. So it's some form of chase. So I'm standing at the front entry now. And as I'm standing here, you can see, look back to one of the bedrooms in the hallway there. And if I go to the right, that's the living room. And you can see the fireplace there appears to be a wood burning fireplace. We've got crown molding trim around the entire living room, formal dining, and then also the kitchen. So we've got the living room here, bedroom there, and then we immediately go left, and now we've got the dining area. And the only thing that kind of drives me nuts on this is that this light fixture is not centered under the table, but I'm being really picky here. So yeah, just so you know. Also, we've got matching china cabinet things that are built in here, which is really nice. And the floors look really good. I think at one point this could have been some form of cold air return or something. I'm not sure what it was, but they pieced that wood in. Now on these windows, I took the liberty of looking at the very top of this window, and I will email you that tag. It appears to be, if I recall, 2018, but I'll email that to you to show you what the picture. I'll email the picture to you. So these are called Simonton windows, and I don't really have a lot of knowledge about those. Now it's open. It's an open concept, which is kind of nice, I think. And we've got laminate countertops. These are not solid surface. And they've got a huge sink, which I actually really like because you can just get bigger pots and pans in and stuff like that. It does not have a disposal, though. Here we have our dishwasher. It's a Frigidaire. It is not a stainless steel interior. And usually for the ones that are stainless steel, you'll pay more. And then we've got stainless steel appliances with regard to electric stove, microwave, and furnace. They're all Frigidaire products. And I'll back off a little bit here so you can get a better look at that. Now, as I look here, this is a pantry situation they've got off the side door going outside, and then immediately to the right is where we go down into the basement. Now, I will tell you, these cabinets, I really like them. They're a metal construction, and you can see that they're full extension, and when we close them, they're soft close, and every one of these is that way. So I kind of like that, and they've got some storage down here underneath. So I like that. Now they're wasting some space in the back here, but again, the space, they're not losing it necessarily. And I'm not sure if that's the same thing. No, for whatever reason, they're not being able to utilize that space right there. And I looked underneath already and was able to determine that no disposal. This appears to be like a swanstone type of sink, and it's a black. The cabinets, 3/4 inch shelving, and I believe these are all, well, they're not soft close, but they're softer close as far as that goes. There's storage above the microwave. The microwave does vent to the interior, so there's no chase to go out, through the house as far as that goes. Now this flooring is some form of ceramic or whatever. I can never tell anymore on some of this stuff, but it appears to be very, very good. And of course the hardwood floors I absolutely love. So let's start walking down this way. And we've got a barn door here. And, you know, I'm not a big fan of the barn doors. I think we're kind of getting over that. But I don't like this configuration up here because these doors, they move very, very easy. Now, if you've got little people that don't learn how to move this door, they will throw that thing right off the track. So it's just something to kind of keep in mind. But the only stop, there is a stop here at the bottom. You can just make it out. And then see it floats. And so we have to make sure to get it in that stop there so it's where it needs to be. Here's the bath on the main level. And again, I think this is some form of a ceramic flooring. And this is an updated sink. It's oversized height. And then, of course, the mirror and so forth. And their fan is in the side of the house, which I don't have a problem with. And I'm running the fan on purpose because you probably want to run that fan after taking showers just because it's hard to move that moisture. So it's nice to have a more direct area to get that out. So we've got a tub shower and so forth. And then we've got storage here. And then I want to take a look back here. I don't want to miss, yeah, I just found it. Okay, so there is the way that you can drop your clothes down into the basement. So, now again, I'm glad it's very small. I got in trouble one time because I put my brother down one. So as a kid, as an adult, you never forget that. So this is what they're using as their master bedroom. Ceiling fan is in, so that's good. I really like the size of this bedroom. I really do, because I think this is probably a queen, or excuse me, a king, and it's handling that pretty well. And you've got space on either side for a small end table and that kind of thing. So I do like that, and that is me. Then the drawback on this is that there's not a lot of closet space, and that's typical of homes of this age. So just to kind of give you kind of a heads up there. But overall, I'm very impressed with the size of this room for this style of house. And then here's the other bedroom, and of course we've got little people in this bedroom. Ceiling fan, so that's good. Hardwood floors. And then their closet, instead of a bifold, it's a little bit different. But they've got some storage in there. But again, the closets in these types of homes are typically not very big. And just so you know, my house was built in 1920, and I know something about small closets. So let's go to the back of this now. And this is where you can access this three-season space. And it does have a window or a wall air conditioner set up. But you can see on this, I'm walking on, there's no padding underneath the carpet here. And I think it's just an old porch is what it is. But you can see where the suspended ceiling tiles have buckled somewhat. And right now the heat is showing at, I think right around 88, 89, somewhere in there. And you can see there's some moisture staining, and that could have been before they put the roof on. And we won't know until we get down and take a look into the basement, just what we're looking at here. But this is all paneled stuff. The paneling is probably fairly modest quality as far as that goes. And it's kind of waving a little bit. I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of deflected a little bit there. So that's what we've got going on in here. It does have a ceiling fan. I hope you guys are able. Please correct me of some things you want me to improve on. I'll do my utmost to try to do that for you as we're going through these homes. Okay, so now we're going to go upstairs real quick and take a look up here. And again, we talked about the barn door, and then here's the stairs going up. And a lot of times what I look at is headroom and then the steepness of the stairs. And these stairs are pretty steep because when this home was built, they didn't have any finish area up there. Now we're standing in a dormer here. And it's very tight here. To get a bed in there, it could be quite difficult. Now, up here, let's see. We've got a window air. It is laboring today. And that is telling me that I'm not sure, they may have insulated. There's no way I can get access to a knee wall here. And what I mean by knee wall would be this thing right here. Because I want to see if there's any insulation behind there or if they just insulated on this finished area here. But it's probably not very efficient as far as cooling. And that's not uncommon to see. Now here they've got a setup for clothes here. And again, I'm 5'7", so I mean this is where I can stand right here. So I mean, if you're a 6-footer, I mean you'd probably be okay. But again, if you're a 6-footer and you're laying there in bed and you get up real fast, that could be challenging. So one thing that is very, very cool, and that's the fact that this does have a 3/4 bath up here, which I think is fantastic because we're finding more and more people definitely want to be able to use a bath on each level. So I think that's good. This shower height is very small. So again, if you've got a member of the family that's 6'1", 6'2", it's going to be pretty tight in there. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Looks like they've got a ceramic floor in the bottom here. And then let's just, for the heck of it, now we can get a really good picture here. This is a attic off this bedroom, attic space if you will. And I love seeing this because this is kind of telling me how this puppy is set up. They've got Romex that they've run, that yellow wiring is that they've run. And honestly, I have not seen any knob and tube up here. And that's uncommon. There's got to be, see here's some of the old tubes right here. And I'm not seeing any knob and tube wiring, but I would not be surprised if there wasn't. That's my point. Now on this knee wall, I can see the back side of it, and you can see where they insulated on the back side of this knee wall, which is what they're supposed to do. But what I don't like is if they try to insulate up into this pocket for the ceilings, because that just cooks that'll have a tendency to cook the shingles right on the roof. But it's done all the time. So seeing that is not a surprise to me at all. It's really kind of nice having this extra storage. Now again, I don't know what's down here. I suppose we'd have to have someone tell us just what those little, what's left there. But I'm really impressed with the wiring. I can see that they did a pretty good job on that. So anyway, that's above grade. So now we're going to go below grade and take a look at that. Thanks.